Hey there, high achievers! Welcome to Unwind the Grind YouTube channel. I'm Samya, as you know, and I've coached hundreds of people to find work that aligns with who they are, discover their career purpose, direction of their career, package their value proposition into a compelling brand, and land that awesome job that they really wanted. Subscribe now, hit the bell icon to receive a new video every Sunday that will help you get clarity on your career path, tips to brand you, and how to land that perfect opportunity. In today's video, we're going to talk about interview questions on career change. Why do hiring managers focus on them so much? What to say and what not to say, and how to answer effectively. You're going to get the lowdown on everything, so stay tuned. Career change is a pretty significant event in your career journey, and sometimes you can get stressed trying to explain it. Now, interviews are pretty stressful on their own, but knowing that you will be questioned about this life choice that you've made and thinking about how you're going to impress the interviewer can add to the burden. I've made a whole video about interview mindset hacks to help you overcome this anxiety and negativity, because if that is the mindset you go in with, your interview is pretty much doomed. So make sure to watch the video if you haven't already, link down below. Now let's break down the career change interview question and how you should answer it so you can take the interview head on. First, why do companies even ask about career change? What are they really after? Though career change is a super important part of your career story, you could be thinking, well, they've seen my CV, they know I'm eligible for the job, which is why I've been called in. So why the extra grilling? First of all, let's clear one thing. No one is grilling you. I know sometimes it can feel like the interviewer is out to get you, but the truth is they want to hire you as desperately as you want that job. An interview is meant to be a conversation, not an interrogation. Even though it feels like that sometimes, hence it's important to humanize the interviewer, because this is an essential step to answering the questions well. Now, why companies specifically put so much emphasis on career change? It is to understand where you are coming from. Are you clear about your offering? Do you understand what you're getting into? Yeah, sure, your CV shows you have the necessary technical skills, but do you understand the industry? Will you be able to adapt to the kind of environment this particular organization or industry works in? They also want to understand what your learning curve will look like. How long will it take for you to get familiar with the work and start excelling at it? For example, if you're shifting to a company where you need to use an ERP system, and that is something you have no experience with from your previous jobs, how much will the company need to invest in you? Time, resources, money, everything. So if you can show in the interview how you've handled such changes in the past smoothly, quickly, that will be satisfactory even if it doesn't specifically involve an ERP system. In essence, the company is trying to gauge how much resources it will have to spend on you before you can start to work efficiently. In other words, it's a sort of a cost-benefit analysis, just like the one you would ideally do before accepting a job offer. So how does one go about answering in a way that can remove all doubts from the interviewer's mind? Let's first go through what not to say. Here are a couple of things you should absolutely not say unless you don't want them to take you seriously. 1, I was bored. Saying you changed your career because you were bored with the previous job or just wanted to try something new? Not advised. What this tells the hiring manager is that you have no real motivation behind the change, no interest in this field, and you will probably waste their investment on you when you get bored with this job too. It also reflects that you don't know what you're offering, you're just sort of cruising through life, and that doesn't translate to passionate individual who is committed to their work. 2, my old job sucked. The other trap people fall into is dissing their previous job or management. This just makes you sound like a bitter person whose only motivation to change was something inconvenient in their previous job. Not a change that is driven by interests, values, and passion, but because of anger and resentment. And what good could that ever bring to a new workplace? You might also be perceived as someone who focuses too heavily on the office politics side of things and keeps unhealthy grudges. No one would want to pay someone to bring negative energy into the workplace. 3. I want better pay. Talking solely about financial gains or focusing only on corporate growth can come off as super ingenuine. It shows the hiring manager that your career motive is not to learn or grow as a person and as an employee, but rather you're just greedy for money. Since we're talking specifically about career change here, it also gives the impression that you will jump again at the first opportunity you get with a better financial proposition. So why would anyone invest money, time, and effort into you if you're just going to leave at the first chance possible? So what should you say instead when you ask this question? Here are 5 elements that need to be present in your answer. First and foremost, your personal motive driving the change. Your answer should focus on your personal story, the reason why you want to make this change. If you've seen my Find Your Why video, you know about factors like passion, values, strengths, interests, skills, experience that shape your career motive. These are the aspects you need to point out in your answers. For example, if you're passionate about climate protection, your career change will be aligned with that, and you should bring this up in your answer. What led to this change? How you got interested in the climate and environment? Your change could have been triggered even by a personal story, in which case you should share as much as you're comfortable with. For example, becoming a parent might have gotten you interested in gadgets that help new parents, and now you want to work as an innovator for such products. Whatever the case may be, you need to have a deeply personal motivation for this career change, which is well thought through and which shows the interviewer you're interested and invested in this. Secondly, skills and achievements. This personal narrative then needs to be supported with tangible capabilities. Words alone mean nothing if you don't have the tools to implement them. So here you will mention your main skills that are required for the job as per the job description. You're going to talk about how you've worked on developing your skills to make the change successful. For example, learning to use Photoshop when you're shifting from an accounting background to graphic design. You're also going to highlight your achievements in your prior experience in line with the skill set required in the new job. 3. Transferable skills. Transferable skills are almost always present in any transition. From simple but super essential transferable skills such as communication, leadership, writing, teamwork, critical thinking, time management, or more technical skills like data analytics, LMS, or software management systems. Mention examples from your previous work where you practically demonstrated these skills, and a great framework for this part of your answer will be the CARL framework, which I've made a whole video on, and you can check in the link down below. 4 is your vision for the future. Once you've established your reasons for making the change and your skills and strengths that supplement and support that reason, you're going to connect these dots to the future. Link these points with requirements for the job and what the company is looking for. What are their goals and vision? And you are going to connect the dots with your values and vision aligning to the company's values. 5 is passionate delivery, the final touch to your great personal story packed with all the right info is your enthusiasm and passion. You need to be oozing excitement for this role and the career change. They should be able to see the drive in your eyes and feel the energy in your voice and through your body language. Use all these factors to shift focus to the future. Don't stay stuck in the past. When you give an example of a previous experience, link it to your vision for the role. When you talk about your personal narrative, tie in to how you see yourself in this role in the future. Where do you want to take this role? Make your vision for the company part of your personal narrative. And what is a good video without an example? So here's an example bringing it all together. Ever since I was a kid, I've always loved to teach. I helped my siblings with their homework and gave tuition to the kids in the neighborhood. In college, my interest swayed and I ended up pursuing psychology, but I never got the satisfaction I was looking for. Last summer, my love for teaching rekindled while I sat down to help my nieces and nephews with their work, and since then, I've decided on finally taking up the occupation I was meant for. I've completed several certifications for teaching high schoolers besides my minor in education at university, and it has equipped me with the necessary knowledge that I need for this job. During my practice as a psychologist and researcher, I have developed impeccable communication, empathy, and critical thinking, which I believe will help me tremendously as a teacher. I believe children need to be engaged in meaningful conversations about the subjects they're learning for their education to be effective, and I feel like my entire career so far has prepared me to be able to just do that. So here you see how all the elements beautifully come together in a crisp and concise way. A little recap of everything you've just learned. Don't talk about boredom, bad management, or just money. Instead, focus on a personal career story, your motive, supported by skills that you have learned, achievements that you have, transferable skills you've developed over the years, relevant examples from the past, connecting with your aim for the future in an upbeat, enthusiastic way, showing off all the knowledge you have gained about the field. Now, if you have an interview coming up, I suggest you check out my other interview related videos as well. I've got detailed videos on how to answer, tell me about yourself, behavioral interview questions using the Carl framework I spoke about, as well as mindset hack to really prep you up for success. All you need to know to ace that next interview right here on Unwind the Grind YouTube channel. Comment below and let me know what's your career change story and what help do you need in making it happen.